I'm LEDFORD, aka Taxman 88, and I'm here to share in this video a conversation about being audited by the IRS. And so this is going to be an overview. This won't be nothing deep dive, nothing like that. Just some basic information on people who been audited and how that works. And so if you've been audited already and you've had a taste of how that feels and what you had to go through, then you understand what I'm about to say inside this video. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell notification. Also join my email list so you can receive 20 to 50% off all my products and service. You can be updated up close and personal on what's happening inside the industry as it relates to your individual situation in tax preparation and taxation. And so inside this video, we're going to talk about audits. And so audits dealing with people who file a tax return and for whatever reason, they've been selected for an audit. Some audits are random. They selected by a computer-generated algorithm, and some audits are flagged because information that was put on there drew a red flag of sorts. So when it comes to those situations, no matter why you audit, it don't make a difference. Randomly selected or selected due to the fact that some information was put on there that just didn't look right, whatever the case may be, you definitely need to clear that up. So if you file on a tax return, say where you have 3 or 4 different dependents on the return, and say you file a dependent that's not yours, that's a group of individuals that IRS is coming after now more and more, because they're coming after people who file in other people's children. So if you file a niece and nephew, brother and sister, those individuals are being looked at much harder when it comes to being audited. If you file in self-employed returns, that's another group of people who are being audited more and more, because when it comes to self-employment is all about what you say you made. So since the IRS can't really track what you say you made, and they're trying to clean house when it comes to so many bogus self-employed small business returns being produced in the system, the only way to really clean house is to basically audit a majority of the people that's filing self-employed small business returns. So if you haven't been audited before and you file self-employment small business returns, don't worry, you keep on filing, you will get a turn. It's just the nature of what's happening in the industry right now. So some of the common audits that happens is, like I said, people filing other people's children, niece and nephew, brother and sister. So if you get a situation where they send you some information asking proof to show the relationship between niece and nephew and brother and sister, what we do as a proactive move inside the business that I operate is we ask for documentation up front that's going to help cover an audit situation when it comes to something basic as you filing somebody else dependent as a brother, sister, niece, and nephew, and they want you to prove that situation. So birth certificates is the way you prove relationships. So we're going to ask you for birth certificates, social security cards up front. We're going to ask you for school records or medical records that's going to show the address that's going to be on the tax return, that y'all all live under one roof. So those are some of the basic documentation that we're going to ask for up front that's going to help you pass audit in a situation like that. So if you fall into that type of situation where you file on a brother, sister, or niece and nephew, and they ask you to prove the relationship, then if we got the birth certificate on file, which truly shows the relationship between a brother, sister, niece, and nephew, then be able to take that information and send it over on your behalf to clear it up. Or if you're the person who falls filing a self-employed or a small business return and you get audited for that, then we'll basically tell you what you need to do. And we always give our clients 2 methods. We give you the free method, where we're going to tell you what you need to do and you're going to go make it happen. Or we're going to give you the paid method, where we're going to use our third-party source that's going to help you put together the documentation you need for that audit for self-employed and small business returns. That's going to be put together electronically and professionally and sent over on your behalf. That's going to help you. And so those are the 2 situations when it comes to being audited. We give you the free method where we sit you down, we tell you what you need to put together and what you need to have, what you need to send in. And like I say, we proactive. So a lot of times, if it's a basic simple audit where you claimed your brother, sister, or niece and nephews on a tax return, and we already got the documentation in the file folder, then we can submit that on your behalf, or we can have you come in, get copies of that if you don't already have copies at home, where you can personally mail that in to make sure it's been done, where you don't have to worry about did we do it. And so that's one of the aspects of being audited, is making sure that it's been sent over. So a lot of times we'll have you send that information in just to make sure that you know in your heart you the one sent it, and you're not counting on us to send it, or you wondering if we sent it, especially if the IRS say they never got it. So to avoid those types of situations, based on a case by case situation, we may or may not mail them in. We might just have you take care of that situation for us, making sure those documents get mailed over. Now, if we can fax them over, then we'll definitely fax them over for you, based on having a letter and having a number where they say we can send it to. Attention to whatever revenue agent who has it, that's how we would do that. So when it comes to audits, those are some of the basic, simple things that happen to people, claiming other people's children, claiming certain credits, child tax credit, earned income tax credit, additional child tax credit, education credit, which is American Opportunity Credit, or Learning Lifetime Credit, and then being head of household. See, people think because you have children, you're head of household. When it comes to filing a tax return, that's not the qualifications that the IRS use to determine if you had a household or not. It's all about the money with the IRS. So the standards for head of household is you must provide more than 50% of the cost of keeping up wherever you live to be considered head of household. So that's the requirements the IRS use for head of household status, which is totally different, a requirement that you use as being a parent. And we understand that, so we have to explain it to you to let you know that if you made on a certain dollar amount, we wouldn't put you on the tax return as head of household, because it's all about the money and you being able to generate 50% of the cost of maintaining the house, home, or apartment, whatever place you lived at, is the key to that. So when it comes to being audited and being proactive, we definitely proactive when it comes to helping you pass an audit, and because that's the key component to that. Because if you can't pass an audit, what happens the following year filing the tax return, especially with people who do have children that they're filing on return, it doesn't happen smoothly anymore after that point, because they're looking at you a little sideways now at the fact that, hey, you audited last year, you couldn't prove your case, and now you filing again, especially if you use the same dependents, you're definitely not going to get any money from that situation whatsoever. So you want to be able to clear the audit up. And so that's why we proactive with audits, because we tell you up front what you need to bring in to help clear those situations up. And there's certain situations that can't be cleared up. So if you in a situation where you created a situation for yourself, then there's no way to fix a created situation. But if you fall into a situation that you organically can prove that's you, like I said, if you claim your brother, sister, niece, and nephew, you can have information that shows the relationship. You can have information that shows y'all stayed in the same house together for at least 6 months or more during the year. So those are some of the basic qualifications when it comes to claiming dependents in general, especially if you're claiming other people's dependents. When it comes to self-employed returns and being audited, a lot of times if you have children on there, they're going to ask you to prove the children case, because a lot of times the children, they all have different last names, and so the IRS don't know up front if these dependents are yours or not, even though you might have on the tax return son and daughter. Due to the fact everybody got a different last name is the issue when it comes to being audited, especially with taxpayers who do have children on return. So that's one of the common situations that happen with families who have children who all have different last names. You can be audited because of that, because like I say, they don't have a file that shows you and the kids all being related like that, unless they happen to already have you in a system where you've been audited already and you're able to prove that case. Then you shouldn't have that issue again when it comes to proving your own children being yours, even though they have different last names. So when it comes to audit protection, we have third-party banks that we work with that ask us, do we want to offer our clients audit protection? And we say no, because the little money that they're going to charge you that we're going to make something off of ain't even worth it when we can help our own clients with the audit protection situation. So if you go into someone who you know I can trust, and they're good at what they do, they should be able to help you with the audit situation. Even though you might have to pay for it down the road based on what they're going to do for you, you want to keep it in-house. You don't want to have to count on third-party vendor who you don't know nothing about to help you with an audit situation. So when it comes to what I do, my mentorship and coaching program is designed are looking to start their own tax return business just started. The problem we face right now as we go into this year closing out, the only people I can work with who fall into that category are people who already got their own credentials up and running, or got their credentials pending, waiting for approval. Or the third option is people looking to start their own tax return business who joins my tax preparers partnership program, where you work under my infrastructure, you work under my virtual business workflow to help you to do business with upcoming tax season. It's the third option when it comes to people looking to start their own tax return business who probably won't be able to get their information submitted and approved on time. Is what you take a chance of happening. So if that's a possibility, the fail-safe is joining my tax preparer partnership program, where you can still work with me and still make money for the upcoming tax season, even though your credentials might not be ready in time. Is the key to that. So when it comes to software, I'll be selling software sometime after Christmas. I have a tax preparation training program that I have for my mentorship and coaching clients who looking to start their own tax return business, who don't have any skills or knowledge whatsoever. So I have different things in place that's designed to help you to learn this knowledge and skills, help you to set up your own business credentials, and help you to make money for the upcoming tax season. So if you want to learn more, definitely reach out to me to find out what I have to offer when it comes to being ready for the upcoming tax season. It starts in January of 2021. Of course, the due date hasn't been mentioned yet, but when it does, you'll be the first to know through me, and I'll see you in my next video.